Okay, yeah, thank you so much. And this is a session for IA 317, selected topic in cybersecurity. And as usual, we proceed with our, of course, projects that were assigned to each one of you. And I'm happy that many of you have managed to prepare and of course implements the project that we're given. And just for reviewing the course goals, but just a quick recap of what we supposed to run. Just I know now, comparing on the first session that we had, you know what is the blockchain. We shared that blockchain technology is a distributed electronic ledger of digital records, events, or transactions that are cryptographically secure, extremely hard to forge, and updatable through consensus protocol, agreeable through all connected node. So at the moment, I know we covered how the blockchain works and how the block move from within the technology, but we also covered the architecture. So these were some of the issues that we covered, and I'm so happy that some of you have shared good resources, and this is an indication that you are now doing something great, and I really appreciate that. You will have wonderful project work that will be able to listen. And with me, I also invited Erisha. I'm not sure if you can speak and just say hi to our students. And Erisha is also one of our students at the University of Dodoma in the College of Informatics. And he's a fourth-year student who have also attended the same course and also undertaken projects. Probably, Elisha, you could also share a little bit experience, what you gained from the course, and also how the course is useful. And if you wish to show what you prepared, maybe for your project, I'm using a project-based approach to teach this course. So where you just introduce a few concepts and then assign projects to students, and maybe 4 to 5 maybe members within one group. And then students would develop a blockchain-based solution and then present. So if you are able to develop simple projects and maybe show how the front end, the back end connect, and how the entity interacts, and then to me that's great, and I really appreciate for that achievement. So I can just stop here. I know this architecture we covered, where we in the blockchain we have like application layer where you will find some smart contract, hyperledger, of course Ethereum virtual machine, and as well as the decentralized application. But from the application layer, we also have insensitive layer like reward distribution, but also transaction fee. And within the consensus layer, we also have delegated proof of work or proof of stake, the public key vendor, fault tolerance, consortium consensus, so sharding process. And within the network layer is where you will have peer-to-peer broadcast, relay network, protocol communication, and the data layer is where you have a number of issues like hash function, the hash, the security, cryptography protocol, data protocol, data block, chain structure, and many others. So this we have already covered, and let's just giving you just a quick review before we start to get in for the presentation. Maybe I can give a mic to Elisha to just speak a little on himself, but also share his experience on the course, and then we can proceed. Karibu sana, Elisha.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Yeah, my name is Elisha Mhenda. I'm a student of Dr. Matogoro. Yes, because this was last year, which was our supervisor, and she taught us in project based. So we have gained some experience based on this course. So I think by today we will go together and I'll be able to share what I learned from this. And I think all of you also will get into from what we have from our Dr. Debera. So first of all, what I can state today, I think on the implementation stage. Yeah, yeah. From what I think, Dr. Matano already have been through the overview of blockchain technology, blockchain application, and blockchain platform and other platforms that are involved in doing the development of these projects. Uh, Basically, for what I can tell you today, it's all about the specific areas or specific areas that implementation can be much forecasting and which tools can be used in different areas, maybe for application which can be employed in network which can be employed and in the data where which technology can be implemented. So we can start maybe with the application layer. The application layer here is blockchain. We introduce it
Elisha,
and
I'm not sure. Elisha, I'm not sure if you'd like to do maybe a presentation, or you want to show something, or it's fine if you can speak.
okay, but all of you hear me, I think. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but I will share my screen, but I will highlight some key parts that we will focus today on implementation and development of this application blockchain based. Yeah, but actually I didn't prepare any presentation for this, but I have something to share with you that will help you do this course. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see my screen. Hello.
Yes, we are able to see your screen.
Okay. So what we are going to speak about blockchain today is specific on the area of implementation and development. Yeah, as we know that this course is being taught in project based, so we are supposed to be able to know how these projects are implemented and how are they implemented. So, as I have told you that, so we focus in some areas on the implementation and development of this project. So Specifically, I will start with the technology stack of blockchain based on it blockchain type, which you know that we have several types of blockchain, and we have public, we have private, we have consortium and hybrid. So the technology that we discuss today will be able to help you to develop any kind of DApp. So let me say DApp DApp development development requirements. Yeah, here specifically we are going to focus on the technological stack. So here in the technological stack, we are supposed to know which programming language are being involved in during the development of this project, and which language do support it efficiently to undergo development of this project. So for the front view of the application layer, we have several programming language and the other development framework that may be used specifically for developing the user-friendly interface that the user can be able to interact with the applications, which is running under blockchain. So I can mention a few of them, and I will describe them on how they do interaction. They can be integrated specifically to the blockchain application. So the fact that you can be using you can use React.js, which are JavaScript supported framework, and a lot of good and better Java that for blockchain they are supporting JavaScript virtual machine. So that's why they like to use the JavaScript framework, but also you can use Aaron, but most of the framework that are being used, they do support JavaScript. So we can use React.js. Also we can use Vue.js. All these platforms are JavaScript related. Also, we have Angular and so forth. So you can select which one is the familiar and dirty that you are able to interact with it. Yeah, this is the site that can help us. This approach that can help us to develop the DApp application for the layer of application. But apart from this knowledge of this framework that you can be used to develop the DApp application for user interface, they can be integrated with specific libraries. So apart from having the knowledge of developing application using this framework, you're supposed to know that. So after developing my application or during development of my application for the front end of user interaction, so how can I integrate this application so that can communicate directly to the backend? Our backend here now, which we are using, we discuss much in this course, is the blockchain. So I know that this blockchain is a decentralized, so has no involved much the centralized database. So, but some of applications they do use a centralized database to support the system when the blockchain network is off. So, but mostly that we involve here in blockchain, we do use the decentralized database, which cannot be made at a single place. So, that is library that are being used in this in this DApp, we can use Web3, JS, Web3, JS. Also, we have Evans. So these are libraries, basically to integrate or to connect directly our application to the blockchain or to the backend of our application of our DApp. Using to connecting the DApp. Yes. Yeah, let's say this one. So this, but there are so many, but I mentioned each of them so that we can be able to practice using this one, which are simple and can be used even for the one who is starting interacting with these technologies. So then, after this application layer, I think we have seen several issues or several things that we are supposed to be familiar with them. We are supposed to know the framework that we are capable to use during development, specifically according to the scope of your project. Then we are supposed to understand the integration of this application to the blockchain. So this was the first layer of our blockchain. Yeah, which is application. So far here now we are supposed to know at the network layer which technology or which tool are being used to push or to deploy our contract to the network. And you know that in blockchain technology, as Dr. said that there are three layers. We have application, we have network, and the data storage. So we have discussed the application layer. So now we are supposed to look up the network and to know that which tools are going to be used at the network layer or at the network level, and how they be used, and how they are being used, and how they do interact with both front end and the back end. At the network, we are supposed to look how smart contracts, how they impose the policies, how our applications do specifically impose communication among peer-to-peer host or peer-to-peer network. That is all about. I can repeat. At the network layer or at the network level, we are only looking on how the smart contracts are being deployed in the application, are being on the blockchain, or how these policies, how rules are being enforced into the application, so that they can ensure that there is a communication between hosts or between networks. So we have the first one, we have traffic. We have traffic, and the second one we have the Ganache. Yeah, I can start with the traffic. This is traffic. Almost is a development framework specifically for Ethereum. When I say that Ethereum, I mean that it's just a framework specifically for public blockchains. Yeah, because we have several types of blockchain. So every type of blockchain has specific framework for deployment and development. So this traffic is specifically for Ethereum blockchain, I mean Ethereum platform for public blockchain. So this one is specifically used to enforce the combination and the deployment of our smart contracting during our testing of application that we expect to be developed basically on our application or the use case that you will be dealing with it. And so far, the nature is gonna take this one is the application or in the tool which is found in both command line and GUI. For what I mean is it is a friendly tool that is also used to deploy the smart contracting and also is used for debugging the smart contract after being deployed on the network. Also, under the nature, we can be also able to see how vessels. Once I speak about vessels, I mean that the fee that are being charged after every process or after every transaction is being done in the blockchain. Yeah, I know that for every transaction that is being done, there are some charges. So for this transaction, as a simulating or a simulator for blockchain, this also has several functions that I said that we can be able to debug our smart contracting. We can be able also to see how gases are being done based on our transaction that have done in the applications. So specifically for this Janati, we can say that Janati this is a local simulator for blockchain application. So specifically, we can say this it is a local simulator for blockchain application. For blockchain application. So if you want to see how the application is running, how smart contracting are being how smart contracting are being executed in your blockchain application. So you are supposed to use this Ganachi. In this Ganachi, you will be able to see everything that has been imported from the smart contracts. Yeah, as you know, smart contracts, these are automatic codes that express the policy being enforced based on the application. So under this we will be able to see how the transactions are being done specifically or according to the policy being enforced or based on the agreement between parties. Yeah, and after this section, we can also go to the another layer which is for data storage. Yeah, but under data storage, here we look on the smart contract itself and how application will work related to the main functionality of the project itself. As based on the application of the blockchain applications, we have seen that applications are meaning that can be applied in various fields and in various industries specifically depending on the need of the project. Maybe can be for voting, can be for healthcare, can be for procurement or logistics and whatever. So, and here we will be able to see how the data are being how data are being stored. Also, we will see how data are being protected, how data are being stored, So in this layer it's also very important to know it and to know the technology stack of this. So we have several technology stack. I mean the programming language that are being able to implement this data layer, and this data layer is specifically for is the area where smart contracting are being implemented. And in smart contracting, we see which data can be stored where and how can it be secured and in which manner this can be retrieved to the end users. I mean, for can be retrieved to the application layers. So here we have several languages or programming languages that are specifically involved for these layers. And the first one, which is which is most likely using is Solidity. Is Solidity. Also, we have Golang language or Golang. Yeah, but it's specifically called the Go. Also, we have Ruby. Yes, and so far. So these are languages that will be using them specifically to make sure that our smart contracts are developing and are implemented and enforced specifically to the need of the project itself. Yeah, so far after reading the languages that will be used for the blockchain application development specifically for smart contracting. Yeah, specifically from our recommendation to the Dr. Dubera, what the right language is Solidity, which this Solidity is an online IDE for smart contract development. Basic Solidity, they use the ID which is called remixing. This remixing the web-based ID which can be accessible online also can be installed in desktop boards. So the remix, yeah, it's a best language and simple that can be able to structure well the smart contracting. Also can be able to compile this smart contracting and we go specifically to the organization. Yeah, but I think this is end of my short presentation for that development requirements. And if there is maybe a question we can share everyone. So let me welcome you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, and I really appreciate for this recap. And I know the students have
Yeah,
already
welcome, sir.
have developed.
Yes. Yes, doctor.
Yes, Erisha. So I wanted to appreciate for your presentation, and then I wanted to invite students to present their work, and then we can listen on what they have prepared, and then from there we can also give comment. Ciara, can you guide us which group is starting so that they can give you the
Can give you the
permission?
permission.
Sierra, are you there? Am I heard? Hello? I think my mic is muted. Sierra, are you there? So you can guide us which group is presenting so that I can give you the access. Otherwise, Risha, I appreciate you have covered most of these layers that we discussed, and I really appreciate for your input. So this is something that is very helpful. So you have presented on DAP development requirements, where you have covered on the technological stack some of the application or software that one may need, including React.js, Vue.js, Angular, and I know most of these are very familiar to some of our students. And on the libraries, of course, that is used to connect with the DApp that you have already covered, presented. This include Web3.js and also the Ether, which is also very common. And you have also covered some of the network application that is important when you are creating a network within the blockchain application. So this is including the Trafo and the Ganache. I know. Of course, most of these have been already implemented, and we are happy to listen from what students have also used. And the last section that you final presented on the data area, of course, you mentioned application like Solidity, which is very common, but the application also like Go and the Ruby. And these are very, very useful recap that, of course, is summarizing on what we covered in class in terms of our blockchain technology stack. So I think we can now listen to our students and then see what they have developed so that we can guide them correctly. Yes, class. Let me know which group is ready to start. And I think I mentioned the first group number one. Let me know your ID so that I can give you access to present. Who is presenting from group number one? Derek? Okay, so, okay, let me give you access, Derek. Let me check. Derek, yes. Yes, Derek. Now you can share your screen and present what you have implemented so far. Thank you. Make sure you unmute your mic and you can speak while presenting.
Okay, good morning, Doctor, and my fellow students.
Good morning, Derek.
We are group number one, and the project we chose was the lunch registration system. of which we were to create a land registration system using blockchain as a decentralized application, where we wanted to change the normal aspects of a land registration system to reduce the processes of paperwork and bureaucracy in the system. We wanted to make the system decentralized, whereby it would only have 3 users: the seller, the buyer, and the registration system, where they would be transferring the documents from the buyer and the owner of the land initially. So our progress so far, we connected our ganache. We managed to connect our local blockchain, where these are the accounts we got to connect towards our local blockchain. We installed Truffle, and we have initially begun writing our first smart contracts. Over here, as you can see, this is the first smart contract, where this would initially be the smart contract for all of the properties that would be put into our system, of which we see the first class being property. This would initiate a property being the land, of which it has different states. It can either be created, it can be scheduled, whereby it can be surveyed for verification of its length and width. It can be verified or rejected by the surveyor who has to verify, and it can be on sale, put on sale by the owner, and it can be bought by someone. So as we go on, we see the different variables of which the property would have, and then we come over to our next, whereby it would still have different details which would be given to it. And then we have the land registry. All of these have been written by using Solidity, as you can see the extension.so. We move on to show that we created the land registry contract, whereby it would show the contract owner, the one who has the piece of land, and his ownership address. And then we would have a user contract, where this would be by anyone who wants to buy or sell, whereby the user's account would have different elements such as the user ID, first name, date of birth. We also attached the NIDA number to show uniqueness of each user and the account created time. So these would be the items required when registering. In creating our front end, we created it by using JavaScript, where we haven't yet finished connecting, but this is what initially would look as the register page, where a user would come, put in their details, and read the required terms and conditions and register into the system, of which it would take them to the dashboard, of where they could later come on and add a property or sell or request a sale. And it would show also the properties that are owned or they would want to come and own in the future. The only difficulty we are facing at the time, we are still finishing up with configurations so as we can finish to migrate through Truffle and Ganache. So as we can start seeing the balance decrease by every time we conduct a transaction. So that is our progress up to now. We are finishing up with the final contracts for the transfer of ownership and land registry. And then we would finish with the front end. So yes, Doctor, that is what we have done so far.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Derek, and your team. It sounds like you're doing impressive work, and I invite Risha for a comment if you have something. I think you have seen most of the issues that you presented. Students have already started doing. So I know I assigned this work very early in the beginning of the session, in the beginning of the semester. And my expectation is that by this time, at least you should be able to have everything up and running. So, Derek, you sound like you're doing a very good progress, but I think you need really to add more energy so that you have everything talking to each other rather than having most of them being disconnected. But otherwise, it's a good progress. I know. Irisha, you have a comment on that? Karib. Irisha, if you are speaking, we can't hear you. Probably something is wrong somewhere. Uh, Irisha? Okay, thank you so much, Derek, and your team. Maybe we can go to the next group, and then let me know. You can stop sharing, and let me reclaim the host, and then yes. Uh, okay, let me know who is then presenting on the group number 2 from the. Uh, you can just type in the chat so that I know who is presenting. Okay, I don't see. Uh, Sierra, is that means no one is there for group number 2? We can give them 0 if we don't see someone. Let me know if that is fine.
Good. Hello, Doctor.
Yes, yes, Erisha,
Yes,
you can.
Arisha, you can. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I had a network issue. Okay, but now I have resolved it. Yeah, for my comments to group number 1, Derek. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations for what you have did.
Thank
Because
you.
yeah, because what you have done, yeah, is what is needed in this project, and you have followed all the requirements. But for what I wanted to ask you before putting up my comments, I want you to know what wallet or which wallet are you using for user authentication.
We're going to MetaMask. MetaMask.
Okay, thank you, Derek. You are using MetaMask, so you can of course uh, type it in the group. Otherwise, I have Risha might have also heard that you're using the good. I see Sam is presenting on group number 2. Maybe Arisha, we can hear group number 2, and then we can have a general comment for both group number 1 and group number 2. Let me
Okay, sir.
let me assign some access. Okay. This, okay. Group. Okay. Yeah. Some you can now share your screen and present your work. I have given you access for that. Thank you.
Morning, class, and good morning, sir. My name is Nelson from group number 2, and I'm here to present.
Yes, good morning, Nelson. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I'm here to present a project which involves developing a blockchain about the agriculture supply chain. As you can see from the screen sharing, we have not yet reached the GUI or the user interface part of the project, but we are just developing the smart contract part of the project as we progress through the project throughout. So this is where the smart contract lies. We have the struct product, which the product itself, we have make it in a struct data type with the product ID, the name, the origin, the qualification, but also the price and the timestamp at the data, but also with the address of the farmer, the blockchain address, that is. If the farmer will be using a MetaMask address, we need that. Then we have the struct of the farmer, the data type which describes the farmer. We have the address, we have the name, we have the farm details, array of all the products in which he or she is making on sale, but also the total payment received by the farmer. Then we have the mapping, which maps the product to the data type, but also the address to the farmer, which we store it in the data type called products, and the farmer address so that they can be known. But also we have events so that even external calls can be made within the contract or even outside the contract, so that to notify the blockchain if the one asking will be available. Then we have the modifier. These are simply used to just use for validation. So here we use in the modifier, there are those functions in the contract in which only the owner are supposed to be the one who can execute them. So that is modifier only owner. We use the require function. Require is just like an if statement, but it's used in Solidity. So it's make sure that the sender is also the farmer. So as you can see from the comment here, it only says only the farmer can do this, but we have another modifier to check if the farmer is a registered farmer. As you can see there, it checks if the farmer is registered, and if the farmer isn't, the message will be displayed to him. Then we have another modifier that check if the caller is a valid buyer, not a farmer. So only buyer, as you can see, they modify the code, and if the caller isn't, And if the caller isn't a valid farmer, this message will be displayed to him that only farmers cannot act as buyers. This is to validate that farmers cannot act as buyers. If you want to buy, you have to have an account of a buyer. Then you have a constructor. This constructor acts as any constructor in any programming language. It executes once when the function, so when the class is executed, and this makes sure that the owner is equal to the message sender, in which the MSG is the data type of solidity that makes sure that the sender it keeps the address of the one who provoked the function. So this constructor is initiated when it is executed. So it makes sure that the variable owner is equal to the variable sender. So this is the first function in our contract, in our smart contract. This is it registers farmers, and it takes in the name, the farm details, but also public. It is named public so that even someone outside of the of this contract can access it. This public keyword is used for visibility. There is public, there is private, there is internal, there is external. This public makes sure that even the one from the outside of, even someone from outside of this contract can execute this function. So this makes sure that if someone needs to register as a farmer, this is the function that it can invoke. Okay, yes, and at the start, we require is used to validate. It's like an if statement, but more shortened. So it requires that the farmer.message sender, like the sender is kept in an array, dot farmer address is equal to 0 to make sure that the farmer is already registered. So if this require, make sure that this is the new farmer and not a farmer that already exists. So if this address is found in the address, if the address of the registered farmer is found in the address we have, then the one invoking this function will be told that the farmer is already registered. Then if not, because so you need to make sure that if someone does not satisfy this function, this require statement cannot go below. So this means that if someone was to go to execute this part of the code, he must be qualified. So in short, he must be a new farmer and not a registered one. And here is where we come to save our details. So farmer.message sender is equal to farmer, and this farmer is the struct which we defined above. So the struct here, which contains the farmer details like farmer's address, name, farmer details, which is a string, the product he or she is selling, but also the total payment received. So here in our register farmer function is where we are going to farmers is, and this is the address because this is an array. It will be like farmer. Now we're going to register the address. The address of the farmer is going to be the MSG sender. As I've said before, that the MSG sender is the address which is invoking the function. The MSG sender is a built-in function or like instance that keeps the address invoking it. Name will be one of the parameters used to invoke the function. So it will be required since it is used to register, but also there is farmer details, depending on what the one who invoked the function wrote, but also the products must be initialized as an empty array, because when registering a farmer, we assume that he or she does not have any products to sell yet, but also the total payment received is also going to be initialized to 0 because we're just registering a farmer. So he or she must not have any payment received yet. But also we go to our second function, which is registering a product. function register product will have the following parameters. It will have name, origin, what is the origin of the product, but also the quality certificate to make sure that the product has a valid certificate that the seller is qualified to be selling it. So the quality certificate is, we just assume that someone will have to get it from like a local authority that he or she is ready to be selling it. Now we go to the product ID. Product ID. Then the product will be registered using the struct which we defined above. In which a struct is like it's a data type like the C++ struct, as Solidity is influenced by C++, Python, and I think JavaScript. So the product. Now these are the details in which a new product registered must have. So here in our function, product, someone who is registering a product must have a product ID, the name of the product, the origin, but also the qualification, certification, farmer, current owner, in which the current owner is going to be the MSG sender, in which is the owner of the address, but also the price, which will be invoked during the function, but also a timestamp, in which we used the block built-in functionality to know when the product was officially put in the market. But also we have to add, excuse me, we have to add we use the
Maybe next one, if you can also show generally other components that you have already integrated apart from the contract that you have developed. I'm not sure if you have maybe you can also show front end, back end, data, wallet, and what so far have you implemented for your project? Because you have almost 2 minutes to wind up.
Okay, sir. But yeah, in our progress, since we had to start learning it from scratch, we started developing the smart contract. So we have not yet started implementing the front end, although we have already chosen and designed the implementation, but starting writing the code itself, we have not yet started. As we are studying it, we're implementing it. We started only with the smart contract part of the project, but not yet there.
Oh, good. I think it's a good progress, though you might seem to be behind the schedule, because I expected at least you could have been implemented most of these components that are required. But so far, I see like you are moving in the right direction. Maybe, Risha, if you have comment for both two groups, you can speak while I'm also checking who is next on group number 3. You can just type in the chat so that I can also assign you the access to present. Otherwise, that's one I really appreciate that you are making a good progress, though you might be somehow behind the schedule, and I really appreciate that if you can put more energy, because I see you have you know the concept, you know the way to implement. So I'm not sure why are you somehow behind the schedule, but maybe put more energy on the project, because we are actually using the project-based approach to run this course, and project-based approach become successful if every student play his or her roles and then complete the project. Because I just want you to have the general the general understanding, but also have the full knowledge around components around the development of blockchain application. Otherwise, I really appreciate, and I have seen Amani is ready for the next presentation for the group number 3. I think Risha, you can comment on group number 1 and group number 2, and then I will assign access to Aman to present after your comments. Karibu-san.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nelson, for a good presentation and all that you have described how the smart contract behavior on your project, the way your project will be. So, for my comment here now, we are supposed to understand how the user will be authenticated and how their data will be stored safely in the data storage. So for group number 1 and number 2, we're supposed to dig deeper now so that any user can be given a present key after being a user to the city the wallet as I give the using MetaMask. So you can also use the MetaMask, which is a good wallet for Bitcoin platform, especially for Ethereum platform. Yeah, that is.
Okay, thank you so much, Risha, and let me now assign Aman. And same, okay, Amani, now you can present. Make sure you show
Yeah, thank you, sir. My name is Aman, a member from group number 3. Can you hear me? Yeah?
Yes, Aman, thank you. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Have you seen my screen?
Yes, very well. We see it.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we are group number 3. We are doing a blockchain project based on election for secure voting system. Yeah,
And
this
actually,
one.
that's one of the projects that Risha is doing. So he might be very interested to see what you have implemented so far. Karibu.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think about to be given the edit so that you can be able to see what has been written.
Pardon, I didn't hear you clearly.
Yeah, can you give me your screen so that you can see what you have been written?
So maybe
Okay,
can you try?
he's actually mentioning that he's here to see what you have already implemented. Yeah, you can proceed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so what we implemented is just a blockchain systems. We have integrated blockchain based on, I think this one is my applications. Yes, we have added to the Ganache, we've created a workspace that is called the development with Ethereum. As we can see here, it's gonna be connecting. When it's connecting, this one is, yes, it is already. As you can see, it's running on localhost, IP address and port number that's in there, the network ID as seen here. What we just did, first of all, we just created contracts based on Solidity languages, as you can see in there. And also we have a backend, which we've used MySQL connections. And MySQL, we've created just one database. Of course, one database which has up to now, which has one table called the database is called the voter underscore DB, and the table is called the voters, which we have only 2 users for now, which is admin with credentials for Aman 123 and a Lincoln that is normal user with password Lincoln 123 and ID is 1 and 2. Just to implement this one for now is for testing. Then you can add more secure ID here. This one ID and the password, it's one that's going to authenticate these users to their dashboards. So here, when our application starts, it's gonna start on this port, and also I have another connection for database which logs the database authentications if it's occurred any errors to the database authentications. And the front end also we have 3 form which has first of all which is HTML which has admin form which shows the admin can create a vote candidate and the starting and the end date of the elections. Also, we have index form. Index form, this one is for, it's going to be accessed to those voters, which gonna shows name, their candidate, part, also a total votes of numbers. Also, the third form, which is for login form, that is gonna authenticate to the databases, and where it's gonna authenticate those 2 users up to now, which we have created this. So here, I can show you my, of course, I can access my website by clicking to the specified link or URL. And when you click the website, it's gonna access this landing page, which is index. This one shows the election and secure voting system, where we're gonna log in as user, normal user, or admin users. As we see, as showed previous in the database connections, we have 2 users now, which is user 1 and user 2. User 1 is admin, and admin is credential is Aman 123, which going to authenticate them. It's gonna direct them to the admin page, and we have integrated up to now a MetaMask wallet, which we are going to be authenticated. And for the first time when you log in, you're gonna be asked to log into the MetaMask extension, as we know that MetaMask is being integrated to the browser to provide the authenticate of users. So now I can log in, or I can unlock my wallet based on my password I set it. And here on the MetaMask also, I choose the Ether, crypto, and we have added a network connection based of our project. As we can see now, we are going to connect it to our application, to the MetaMask access. We added a MetaMask wallet in these extensions, where here is a form, general form, that shows that admin can add a candidate, and part also can add a defined voting date, but voting dates it will occur in which periods. And another form for login, maybe I can access again here. Now I can log in as normal user number, vote ID number 2, and we have password for Lincoln 123. If it's failed also, I can see in my, I showed previous, I have a connection link. As we can see here, I'm trying to log in with the vote ID. Password is Lincoln. I forgot, it is Lincoln-N. So I'm getting authorized error. So I can modify my password is Lincoln 123, where it's gonna authenticate. And here, as we can see now, the account is null because it's never, the wallet has not been yet refreshed with this browser extensions. As I can now access my wallet again in order to correct it successfully with my because I can disconnect, then connect again. I have already added my network. As you can see, when I refresh my site, I mean my browser, the extension it ask by default is gonna require me to connect again. And now I'm going to connect. Yes, I'm connecting. When I connected successful, now when a voter candidate has been created, it's gonna be listed in this, I mean, users form where they are gonna vote. And on that part, now we are working on those. We have not yet implemented these functions we are working on for implementing our adding candidate to the login form. Until now, we are not able yet to do that, but we are working on it in order to show those candidates here. Yes, according to that, and here is my, as you can see, Ganache transactions ambazo zinafanyika, and here is our also our database which we have done, as you can see here, for those rules ID 2. And here is our code bases. As you can see, the last one, Lincoln 123, was successful, as I said previous. And this one is a link. And now we are working on sending the candidates from the admin page to voters page in order for them to see there and conduct a voting system. And that is what we prepared so far. If there is any comment, we are here. We can answer. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. And seem like you have implemented and make a good progress. Elisha, do you have comments? I know this is one of area of interest because I know you made a very big progress on this project. And maybe if you could just share. I know you will also find time to have a one-on-one kind of discussion, but it's also good to give general overview on what they have presented. Karibu.
Oh, sorry, Alicia. I didn't read the message earlier. You said I should increase my font size on which, which browser, obvious codes.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if he's still available, but I know Elisha will also find time to speak to each group on one-on-one kind of discussion. And I also invited another guy from IGA called Rusajo, who used to mentor Elisha and his team. So they will also join and, of course, guide each member in terms of technical implementation. So and I see like we actually are making a good progress. Maybe I can welcome maybe before you welcome anyone to speak, go to the chat and type your full name and registration number. For example, I can say Jabera Matogoro, and then you can put a comma, and then you say T Udom XX. So yes, just to make sure that everyone is here. Okay. Okay. Just go to the chat and then type your registration number and your full name. Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay, I see people typing. Okay, Rina, thank you. Corinne, you are missing the registration number. Corinne's, you can type it again. You can just, as I said, okay. Yes. Make sure you put your name and your registration number. Yeah. Abdul, Mikhail, okay. I see Joel. Yeah, good. So I see many of you have managed to join. Okay. Restuta, okay. Jamira, okay, good. Yeah, this is like an attendance, so it's good that people have managed to make it. And okay, I see. Yeah, good. I see, man. Okay, good. Okay, I see Manuel, Faida, Stella, Derek, good. Marato, Chacha, Awadhi, Flora, Alphonse, Samuel, Wilson, okay, Jamila, okay, these are, okay, Ashraf. Yeah, you just type your full name and I'm also counting the number of names and vis-a-vis the number of course, I know maybe some of you might be sharing computers, right? I'm not sure if that's the case. If you are sharing computer with your colleague, let me know. Otherwise, I treat like one user, one computer. So okay, Asani, yeah, Reinhard, Everin. Oh, good. I see like many of you have managed to do to participate. That's great. That's great. I really appreciate for your time. It's not always easy, but yeah. Oh, good. Okay, maybe anyone maybe from 2 group or 3 group that have already presented, if you want to speak, how do you see this approach of teaching? Someone's only, I heard someone complaining, alionekana mara moja darasani lakini hakuonekana tena. But what we are trying to do, because if we are using a project-based approach, if we have already given a project and you are working on the project as a team, meeting like maybe once a week or twice maybe a week, maybe once after 2 weeks, it make a lot of a lot of sense so that we check up the progress. I can now understand the one who was complaining that maybe we don't have often meet on the session. Probably some of the groups are somehow not far behind, but at least groups are not on the same level. So maybe we can have a catch up once a week to make sure that we are all on the same page, actually on the same level, to avoid one group being very far away and others lagging behind. So I think we can try to find a way to that. Otherwise, I see like you are making a good progress, personal. And who is next on the presentation? I think this is group number 4, right? You can just type in the chat so that I know who is next, so that I can assign you. Okay. Group number 4. Okay, then good. Let me assign you. Okay. Okay. Yes, but then you can proceed. You can share your screen and present your progress. If you are in a group, you can type that group number. Maybe like I have seen group number 2 mentioning they are sharing computers, and I'm not quite sure if all members are there. I will need to see faces. Nelson, actually, and I'm glad that, of course, you had a very good presentation. So that means, of course, if you are in a group, make sure you also put the registration number, because, for example, Rashid and Musa, you are missing registration numbers for each member. So it's very important you also put the registration number. Okay, okay, okay. Good, good. Now you can proceed, brethren. I've already given you access. Brethren, I get in challenge to share screen. Let me know if I can help. Oh, good. It's now coming up. Okay, you can go on the screen that have your work, or make on the tab. You can navigate on the tab. Okay, good. Oh, good, good. Karibu, now you can now present. Make sure you unmute your mic so that you are able to speak. The unmute mic is just on the left-hand side. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. You can unmute by that way. Thank you. Yes, you can press that, unmute, and oh, good.
Doctor, we are sorry, we're having trouble with sharing our voice through the PC, which is having the lag. So
Yes,
instead,
you
we're going to
can
use this.
you can click on the tab. I see tabs on top there, so you just click the tab that have or the screen that you want to show. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are group number 4, and we were instructed with the title based on education sector, and the title is specifically student skill certification. The problem which I've encountered is that traditional certification methods do not adequately capture practical skills and non-traditional learning experiences. So the general objective is to create a blockchain-based solution for certifying and verifying student skills and competencies. And we were given with specific objectives such as to ensure temper-proof certification of practical and non-traditional skills, to provide a universal system for recognizing diverse learning experiences, and to enhance employer trust in certified skills through transparent records. So far, according to the guidance which we are given from the beginning, to the side of application layer front end, we have used the React.js framework, and libraries basically used to connect to the DApp. We have used the web3.js, and to the side of network layer, we have used the Frafo and Ganache. As you can see, Ganache is here. Also, to the side of data storage, in terms of implementing the smart contract, we have used the Solidity as our programming language. As you can see here, it is our index.html, which can give us a layout for the front end. Yeah. Also, in terms of contract, it is this one. So I'm going to explain this contract because it is the main part which blockchain deals with differentiating itself from other normal systems. Starting with that comment SPDX license identifier, this means that the license is under MIT. Coming to the second line, Pragma Solidity 0.8.0. This is the version of Solidity for compiled contract. Then the line which says that contract certification. This declares the smart contract named certification, as you can see here. I don't think if the font size is clear, Doctor.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. We can proceed this. It's okay.
Okay. So the contract certification line, the fourth line here, declare the smart contract named certification. Then coming to the fifth line, struct skill certification. This line declares our data structure, which will hold information about a certification. As you can see, there is a student, there is a skill, and a timestamp maybe for issuing that certificate. Then coming to this line, number 11, skill certification. This is the public array. This is the array, which is a public array that will hold all certifications created using this contract. Then coming to the function certified skill, inside there is a string memory student, string memory skill, and public certification.push skill certification. This function, it is the one that allows anyone to certify a skill for a student. Then there at the end there is function get function, public view, return skill certification, memo, return certification. This function allows anyone to retrieve the list of all certification. This contract allows users to certify skills for students and store these certifications on the blockchain. It also enables anyone to view the list of certification. So this system is going to help these maybe online platforms which are issuing various courses such as Cisco maybe. So they are supposed to assess the skills
maybe sorry. How many contracts have you implemented so far? And I see like not gone so that far away. Okay. How many contracts have you implemented in your system?
One contract.
One contract. What else have you also? You can just take us through various layers that you have already implemented. Otherwise, if you are still finalizing or getting some technical challenges, you can also mention that so that we find out on how to.
Okay, so far we have created one contract, and also we have tried to implement it to the side of front end. This is our front end. So if you, this one is the student address which is going to be obtained from the Ganache, and this is example of the skill. Then if you click the certify skill button, then we have connected it with wallet, specifically MetaMask wallet. So far we have reached there.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that's good. You still need to add more, put more energy so that you are able to finalize and make a good progress. I think we can. Do you have something else you wish to present that you have already implemented in your application?
I think that is the only main part which you have implemented.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. And the next group number 5, I'm not sure who is going to present. So yeah, I think you need to put more energy so that you make a good progress, Brethren, and your team. Otherwise, I appreciate that you have already started and you know major component that you need to work so that you can have a full functional blockchain application. The next group who is presenting? Who is next? Okay, I don't see on the chat. Let me check. Okay, maybe we can end up here today, and I will find more time to actually have another catch up, and I will add Rusajo and Risha in the WhatsApp group so that yeah, in case you have something that you need to consult, you can catch up with them, and then they can get further on the implementation. Otherwise, I appreciate that you have made some wonderful progress, and if you put more energy and maybe work hardly, then you can have a full-fledged system working, which is very, very important because I really get proud when I see students working hard to finalize the assigned activities. As I mentioned in the class, we adopted the project-based approach for this, and you can see you are covering a number of concepts within a very short time or period, compared if we could have been given a slide and a lot of ebooks for you to read and respond to the exams. So to me, that's a very good achievement. And I can one or two room from few people to comment, to share their experience. How do you find this approach? Difficult? Interesting? And I would like yes. Any comments? Sierra, maybe I start with Sierra. Do you have any comments for the approach and for the work? Personal to me, I'm very impressed on the achievements that many of the group have made. I see like a first and second group have made a very good progress. Few are still lagging behind, but I know you will now catch up and finalize the pending activities. Anyone with a comment, observation? Karibuni sana.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
This is the CR from CSTF3. I think so far, for all the groups that have presented, they have really shown good progress, especially in applying the application, the contracts that they've used in their projects. And for those who are still doing, I think they've got a highlight of what they're supposed to do for those who have not presented. So I think it's a good start and they should keep up with the good work.
Okay, thank you so much. And we can end up here today, and maybe we find more time to. I will add Risha and Rusajo to our group so that you can just catch up with them directly, and then if you are getting any challenge, then you can just ask them. And I think they will help. Risha is a fourth-year student, staying in the same dormitory with you, so you can catch up anytime. Though Rusajo is working with e-government and used to be my student at the College of Informatics, but he has already graduated. So both of them, they are very eager and help technical supports, and they can guide you very well. Otherwise, I appreciate for your time, and I wish you Happy New Year 2025. We're looking forward to the next. Risha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Victor, but I think nobody should say that all of them, they will do well. They have to put more efforts to complete the remaining tasks so that they can progress well on their assignments. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Richard.
I will actually
add it to
the group, and then you can
proceed. Okay, Dr.